Welcome back. Witness number 2 and witness number 1. Welcome back. May I remind both of you that you are still on the hold before I hand over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the two witnesses for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. ELHAJJ. You're welcome back.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bachili.
Good afternoon.
Welcome back. Council, we may proceed.
Yes, Mr. Elhaj, how did Nando pay you the amount stated in the sale agreement?
Nando has been paying in part payments,
Please tell us how it was done.
some by check, some by cash.
Okay, can you give us the breakdown?
I don't have it, Mr. Counsel. Well, as I told you earlier, I was trying to reconcile that with the investigation team. I have some payment. I can probably give you a proper list tomorrow if you want. I can drop it for you. But he's been paying in part payment because she was complaining that he doesn't have the land yet and whatever. So it's all somewhere in cash, somewhere in foreign currency, and somewhere in check.
Okay, we will need the breakdown if we're going to have it tomorrow.
Okay, I'll work on it tonight and give it to you.
Do we have the basic bank account for BCC?
Are you asking me, sir?
No, sir.
Okay.
Accepted.
I can give it to you if you want to expedite.
The account?
The payment slip from
Let's see.
the basic.
Yes.
But again, it's the only copy I have.
Right. Basic plan. 2020. Give it to all the basic bank accounts. Give it to the CEO, please. Mr. Bacheli, in 2019, 20th of May 2019, there was a $2 million, I believe, deposited into your account.
Yes.
Can you find it in the accounts of Council Basic Bank that we have given you?
Twenty.
Thank you. Now, that's okay. That's okay. Now, Mr. Bacheli,
Yes.
the letter written to you by C Consult, that is the witness's company or business, requesting for the transfer of allocated land in Banjo. The exhibit is 001. which reads, further to our meeting, we write to inform you your good office to issue the list of the land allocated to us by letter dated 30th of April 2019 to MK Stores of ECOWAS Avenue. Kindly process the list or any other document of title. This was on the 16th of May 2019. Now we have the cash deposit to Basic Bank for 2 million, Honorable Chairperson. As produced by the witness, we want to apply to have it admitted to evidence and marked as an exhibit.
A cash deposit slip with receipt number 0035960, being cash deposit at Visit Bank Limited, dated the 28th of May 2019, is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/VCC/CE/007.
As the commission places. Now, Mr. Bachil, it is not BY Consulting. I think when you saw BY Consulting, you read it as one name. It is by Consulting Limited. Okay. So Mr. Sarbat is right. There's something like BY Consulting. It's by Consulting Limited. Oh, okay. Do you follow? Yeah, I follow. All right. May I please have this? Mr. Sarbat, where did you get the money that you paid 2 million?
From Nandu.
From?
From MK Stores.
From Nandu?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your honesty. Because, like I said to you, there was no partner of yours initially. Nandu was in the picture throughout. The reason why you purchased this property from BCC is because you had an agreement with Nandu. Correct?
No, it's not correct, sir.
Why is it not correct?
Because I had initially somebody else, as I told you, another group that were interested. Then I turned back to, then when they desisted, I went to Nandu.
No.
Through the advice, through knowledge from Mr. Sharif Tambidu.
No.
Yes, sir.
No. See, your initial evidence is in contrast, very contrary to what you are saying. And these documents, the dates they prove it, we'll come to that. You said initially that because of the agreement, verbal agreement you had with that company, you went and paid $2 million to purchase to lease the dealer, and then they came and rejected the dealer. Nandu was not in the picture in the beginning.
Correct.
You paid 2 million, hoping to continue the business with a company, and they turned it down.
Correct.
Which means that 2 million is your 2 million.
It's my 2 million, yes.
Good. Good.
Sorry.
Yes. Now, it turned out to be false. When I asked you just right now and you accepted that the 2 million that you paid was in fact from Nandu.
The 2 million that Nandu gave me was part of the 15 million.
No. No. The 2 million that you paid to BCC is from Nandu. That's what you said. Nandu said the same thing. That's what you said. Correct? The evidence is there. We can play it again.
Yes.
The 2 million that you paid to BCC is from Nandu.
Yes.
Good?
Correct. Yes.
So that your earlier statement will be false. That the 2 million you paid was because you had an agreement with a company.
Yes.
You agree with that? You agree your earlier statement is false?
My earlier statement
is false.
It's not false, lead counsel. The earlier statement is I was working with a different group.
Right.
Yes.
And then
when it failed.
When did it fail? After you paid 2 million?
Yeah. No. The original land was allocated on the 30th of April.
The what?
The original letter from BCC.
Right.
Was 30th of April.
Right.
So then
before you made payment.
No, the payment was done 2005. 20th May.
Yes.
April, May.
Yes.
When it failed, I negotiated with Nandu because Mr.
Just take it one at a time. So when was your first allocation?
The first allocation was 30th of April. That's when I got a letter from the CEO.
Yes, saying what?
Following its meeting today,
right?
The General Council has agreed to enable you to have access to plot of land measuring 100 by 100.
30th April 2019.
Yes.
By this time, you haven't paid a dollar.
No.
Good.
Yeah.
Number one, how can they allocate to you without you paying a dollar?
Yeah, but the payment is subject to allocation. I can't prepay for the lease land without having the approval from the BCC.
Let's go by your analogy. Let's go by your explanation. Yeah. Now you got allocated on the 30th of April 2019, correct? Good. And then you paid $2 million on the 20th of May.
Correct.
Good.
Yes.
This $2 million you paid, where is it from?
From Nandu.
Good. That's my point.
Yes, that's what I also concur with you, Mr. Gomez.
Just hear me out.
Okay.
Nandu gave you $2 million.
Yes.
Right? So that the money you never put in your own money.
No.
Right?
Correct.
Good. Now, you said earlier, before Nandu came on board, that when you agree with your partners that you should purchase land anywhere, right? Within the capital.
Correct.
You went and got the land from BCC for $2 million.
Price.
And I asked you, the kind of a businessman will do that, will act upon verbal instructions or agreement. You said every kind of businessman that you have done before. And I said, well, you have put your $2 million at a high risk because you did not have an agreement with your so-called partners here. You said because you trusted the agent. That's what you said. So which means the $2 million you were talking about was paid in consideration of your agreement with your partners. That's what you said all along. That's the picture you painted all along. You understand? That's what you said. It's in evidence.
Okay.
Did you not say that? It's in evidence.
You say so. It's okay.
No. You can deny. You can correct us. You can say I did not say that. You can say I said that. The evidence is there. It is recorded. Everything is recorded. But that's what you said. And I have clearly told you, let's remove Nando from the picture and talk about your relationship with BCC and your partners for the first part. And my issue was, why would you pay 2 million when you are not sure of your partners? Your verbal agreement. You said you guys take risk. But you never paid 2 million in anticipation of a business with your so-called partners. You never paid 2 million in anticipation of the business with your partners. You paid 2 million because
After the first deal went sour, we turned back to Nando.
no,
Yes, sir.
no. Nando is the initial person that you were dealing with all along. You see, you had an agreement with Nando on the 14th of May, 2019. And it was based on this agreement that on the 20th, Nando gave you 2 million. Towards the amount. That was why Nando said the amount that you receive is more than 15 million. Yes, of course.
But
15 million plus 2 million is how much?
that's 17.
Exactly.
But Mr. Lead Counsel, as I told the investigative team, all the payments are in black and white.
Of course. That's why I am dealing with only the payments I can see in black and white.
It's
Correct?
Nando can say whatever he wants.
No, we are not taking whatever Nando says. We are not taking whatever you says. We are going by the facts. Nando says it's 18.5 that was paid to you. We have seen, you have received, you have altogether about 16 million so far. Correct?
No, I have not received even the
17 million so far.
I will give you the breakdown tomorrow.
15 million is the agreement.
15 is the agreement.
Plus 2 million extra.
No, the 2 million were part of the 15 million, sir.
Well, that's not what the evidence says. That's what you are saying.
I will give you tomorrow the list of the payments I received from Nando in cash, in check, in foreign currency.
Now, if the 2 million is part of the 15 million, Mr. Chapman, then you had really acted fraudulently. Acted fraudulently.
No, sir. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. You and it's either you and the mayor or Mr. Batchily, all of you acted fraudulently. Or maybe Mr. Batchily does not really know the in-depth of all your arrangements. The issue here is, as Nando had put it, you went and negotiated a plot of land with the mayor. Correct? The land is not worth 2 million. The land was for 15 million. You had an agreement on the 14th of May 2019. You were given 2 million advance payment, correct? You said it, 2 million is part of the 15 million. You were given 2 million advance payment. Then you paid that 2 million based on your agreement with the mayor.
To the bank.
Based on your agreement with the mayor.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
That payment, yes.
And what is the outstanding balance? 13 million. Correct?
Correct.
13 million. But you guys only declared 2 million.
I beg your pardon?
You guys only declared 2 million.
I only declared 2 million too. But Mr. Lead Counsel, my agreement with the BCC is one.
Yes.
My agreement with Nando or MK Stores is another one.
No.
Yes, sir.
Your agreement has always been with Nando.
No, sir. Nando cannot lease me a piece of land. That was done between the company and BCC. I told you we approached a group called Fuani, the High Sense Group.
No evidence of that.
Yeah, okay, it was done verbally.
No evidence of it.
It was done verbally.
When you were selling the land to Nando, you had evidence.
When it came to signing the lease, because Nando insisted the lease and all the conditions were agreed on the payment term, etc. Then we signed with Nando. I would have done the same with Fuani had we come to some agreement.
So, you would have done the same with Fluani before you put in 2 million?
Before I put the 2 million, yes, if we had come to terms and the price agreed with Fuani, we would have
Did
come.
you pay $2 million to BCC because Fluani wanted to have a partnership with you?
Partnership with me?
That's what
No,
you
but
said. With Fluani, the company.
when
If you pay 2 million to BCC's account because of your oral agreement with Fuani?
no,
Hey.
because that deal fell through. So we reverted to MK stores. When we agreed, we paid the 2 million.
No, not correct.
It is correct, sir.
That cannot be correct. That is so false,
No,
my friend.
you said it yourself that there was an agreement between us and MK stores dated 14th of May.
Yes.
On the 20th, we paid the 2 million to Basic Bank.
Yes.
There's nothing.
But then you said yourself that because of your agreement with Fuani, you paid $2 million.
No, that's wrong. Sorry, maybe it's after 5-6 years at my own age.
No, my friend. At your own age, at 5-6 years, you will have lost all your millions.
No, I will not lose my millions.
Exactly. So you knew what you were doing. But because your first evidence is debunked, you're trying to change it because the documents they speak for itself. That's why I said to you the agreement was all along with Nando.
So that's one thing, Mr. Lead Counsel, I don't agree with.
You don't
I did not start with Nandu the process.
You did?
No, sir.
Of course.
I did not. The people are witness, they're still living here.
You don't have a message. You don't have an email. You don't have any form of documentation to show that that fictitious company exists, especially in this transaction. You don't do business like that, my friend.
It's not fictitious, Mr. Lead Counsel. And deals are done verbally non-stop.
You don't do business like that. Nobody does. And when I said to you clearly that you will not pay $2 million with that high risk, you said it's possible. You said it yourself. We can play all the tape. I'm not sure the IT guy whether he can play the tape.
I said it's possible. It's possible. I take risk. We take
Mr. Dauda, can we have a tape played? Is it possible?
No, but if you say so, it's possible.
Use the microphone.
Yes, we can.
Please, that part where Mr. Sharbel gave evidence in relation to the server will proceed while they are arranging to play back.
Take your word for it. It's fine. Go ahead.
You think?
I say I take your word for it. Go ahead.
No, Mr. Sharbel, here it's not about my word. The commissioners, they are independent of what I say and what you say. They consider what you say and what we say here, and then they will form their decision. Do you understand? What I am doing is I'm trying to accuse you of fraud. You and the mayor, possibly Mr. Bachin.
There's no fraud, Mr. Counsel.
The evidence shows that.
The evidence doesn't show fraud, Mr. Counsel.
It shows that. It shows you profited unlawfully from a transaction that was dubious in the first place. No evidence of what you disclosed to council that you have a packaging company here and there. You did not submit to them any documentation to that effect. I even wonder how they even allocated this to you. You did not provide proof to them, did you? What you said to them, council, did you give them any proof? I'm asking you, did you give them, the mayor, any proof that the partners you are dealing with, they are here, so they have documentation and so on and so forth? Exactly, they are not interested.
But that doesn't make it fraudulent, Mr. Gomez.
If you're going to convince anyone for a multi-million dollars business, you don't go with empty hand. You go with serious information so that they will act on the information and do their due diligence. That's what you do. No one walks just to the mayor's office and say, I have partners that want to come here. They want to invest $50 million. I want a plot of land, and then they allocate you a plot of land. It does not work that way. You and I know that. Right?
No.
Yes, it's work that way.
No, I don't agree. You said if I don't agree, I can tell you I don't agree.
Of course, why not? So I don't take offense to that. So you can walk anytime, anywhere to the mayor's office and say to the mayor that you have a business proposal, and then you have partners that they have $3 million investment or dollars.
I never said so.
But I never provided any evidence to that.
If I wasn't asked by BCC to furnish whatever document they needed, I did not.
So you were sure, or you had hope, that if you go without any documentation, that there's a chance of them agreeing. Why?
Because like anywhere else, like Minister of Local Government in the old days, when you apply for a piece of land, you write and apply for a piece of land to build a house. So I applied to BCC for a plot of land around the Banjul area. Yes.
There is a criteria, my friend.
Yes.
Even Minister of Lands, if they ever give you any land in that manner, then it may have been fraudulent as well. There should be a criteria. Do you work for government? Or have you ever served in government in any form? Is there any interest they have in you or whatsoever?
No.
There's supposed to be a criteria. You and I know this. It's supposed to be a criteria. You understand that?
I understand. What
Exactly.
I'm trying to say is that if BCC had they asked me for further information, I would have tried to provide it.
If I come to your office and I tell you I want $50 million to do an investment, I have partners that are coming in from Dubai, without giving you any evidence, you will not give it to me.
No, not to you. But I was dealing with BCC, a reputable municipality, BCC KMC. That's why I paid the cash to the BCC.
But what reputation do you have that they will act on your word without any evidence?
I beg your pardon?
What reputation do you have? What makes you different from the ordinary Gambian?
No, nothing.
That's it.
I'm no different from anyone.
That's why I am saying the ordinary Gambian would not have that luxury, wouldn't have that privilege to just walk in and say, I have partners in the air, and be given a whole 100 by 100 plus.
I couldn't reply to you, sir.
My friend, it's true.
No,
Because you know it's true. You wouldn't do that. You run a business, correct? You run a business. Correct?
yes, I did run a business, yes.
So you would not do that. If anyone comes to you with a business proposal, you want to know they are serious. Correct?
Depends who it is.
It doesn't matter.
It matters.
You rather give your money for free than you are tricked into a business without evidence. Oh. Mr. Bachili, you see the agreement on the 14th of May, and you see the transfer on the 20th, correct? The transfer paid to you was on the 20th.
Yeah.
Have a look at it.
Yes.
Just this. Mr. Bachili,
Yes.
you see that?
I've seen it, yeah.
Into the microphone, please. Please speak into the microphone.
Yes, I've seen it. The agreement was made on the 14th of May, and then the payment was affected into the account on the 20th
Correct.
of May.
And then you had Mr. Charbel tell you that the $2 million was that was paid to the account is from none. You have him say that.
I have him saying, yeah.
What comes to your mind?
No, it comes from, for me in particular, I don't think I can have anything in mind.
Now you are as a CEO. Now, if your evidence is you genuinely believe you were dealing with Charbel, yes, for a genuine purpose, and then Mr. Nando is only Charbel gives another opportunity as much you believe. Now you see there was an agreement sale.
Yes.
Now you see the money is taken from Nando, paid to you. What do you make out of this? Were you guys tricked?
Yes.
You were tricked. Now explain to us. That's what I mean when I say, what do you make out of this?
Because in the simple sense that if I look at the agreement with the EMP stores on the 14th of May,
Yes.
and then seeing that on the 20th of May, the 2 million was paid into the account, then it's very likely that, like the money, as we're talking about here, might have been sourced from EMK stores.
Might have been
sourced from EMK stores.
What might have been sourced?
Like the payment of the 2 million.
Yes.
As you just stipulated.
Yes.
Yeah,
now it's not a matter of might have been now. It's a matter of fact now.
Yeah, yeah.
The money is from EMK stores. Right? Even the 2 million
makes sense
that you initially received is from EMK stores. This you as CEO did not know about.
About the agreement?
About the money coming from EMK stores. About having an agreement for the land to be given to EMK stores. That was the initial agreement.
Yes.
You did not know about all of this?
No, I did not know about this.
Okay. You as an individual, you don't know about this.
Personally asked.
But how would we know, Mr. Batchelor? Why would you be excluded from this?
Based on two factors. First, it's like if you look at the agreement, this is agreement between the two of them.
Yes.
There's nothing mentioning the council or any copies.
It doesn't have to mention the council.
Or any copies that were made to us for us to know.
It doesn't have to mention the council. That is why I said to you, when you had an agreement with Party A.
Yes.
Party A paid $2 million. Yes. Last minute you were to transfer to Party A. Party A said, no, transfer it to Party C. That
yes
is suspicious transaction by any standard. Any reasonable man would know that doesn't make sense.
Well, for us at that particular point.
Just speak for yourself.
Okay.
Not for the mayor. The mayor negotiated this deal.
For me, let me restrict it to myself. Really, I just don't know how to do it.
Mr. Basham.
And I'm sure if all of them were to be here, they would attest to the fact that I had no clue about this agreement.
If both of?
If all of the parties were to be here, I would appreciate it.
Did you believe the mayor did not disclose that information to you?
She can attest to the fact that nothing was ever explained to me with regards to this transaction.
The mayor never explained anything to you regarding this transaction. You were only acting on instructions.
In fact, when I learned about it, I sent her a WhatsApp message to the mayor.
Saying what?
That after this has happened.
What did you say to the mayor?
I told the mayor that it is now that I am learning that these two parties, one of them sold the land.
When was this?
This about some time ago. I can't, but it's definitely in my WhatsApp.
Which year? Can you answer your WhatsApp now? We give you a few minutes. Or
Bachile,
yes.
Just for a moment, let me maybe refer you to a letter you yourself wrote to the CEO founder of Consulting Limited,
Yes.
where you have said that following the meeting and following the agreement from the General Council, you are now giving access, you are now giving him access to the plot of land measuring 100 by 100. Is it not you that wrote that letter?
Yes.
Yes. So how can you now tell this commission? How do you want us to appreciate the fact that you don't understand this transaction? And you said in your letter that you are looking forward to the preparation of the agreement that you are talking about, that lead counsel is talking about. If you did not have any knowledge and you are not a party to this transaction.
I think his question is centering on the sale issue.
Sale.
The sale issue.
Yes.
I think that's what, if my understanding, that's what he was trying to say. If I'm aware of the sale.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, the letter that I wrote is like a standard.
What is the inference when you said you are looking forward for the preparation of the agreement? Was it not for the sale?
No, because normally what?
That is different.
No.
That's different.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
What happens is that.
No, answer my question for. Is it different from the sale?
It's nothing to do with the sale.
Sale. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. You may proceed.
Yes, the technicians, do we have it?
Lead counsel.
Yes, sir.
Can you kindly allow me to come tomorrow with it because it's not in this one.
Okay.
But I surely have it.
No problem, sir. But the bottom line is you sent a message to the mayor.
Yes. That I'm just learning now that there was a sale of the land, and then I'm putting it to you that I've just heard about it. Do you know something about it?
She said what?
And she told me that she doesn't.
Of course. But at least we now know that the price is determined by the two of them.
It's clearly stipulated in my WhatsApp.
Yeah. Yeah, but we need the part after the introduction of Mr. Chappell. If you guys need time, we can give you time. You need time. Right. Anyways, the sheriff, did you give any part of this money to anyone in country?
Lawyers and brokers, yes, and
Lawyers. And
I have to pay the lawyer to prepare the lease. I paid Miss Silla. I paid the agent that introduced me to the first guy, and then I went with somebody to clean the land.
you
First
paid
land. Sorry?
the agent that introduced you to the first person.
Yes.
Why?
How was the deal with him in the beginning?
So you were to sell the land to the first people?
Say that again.
Were you to sell the land to the first guys?
The first.
Were you to sell the land to the first guys?
No. For the agreement, the deal, and for the packaging plant.
No. Mr. Sheriff.
Yes.
You only pay agent for the first guys if you are to sell the land to them.
Yes. When it didn't materialize, I went to Nandu.
Were you to sell the land to the first guys?
No.
You said yes.
I said no. It was for a project.
No, but then you wouldn't have paid an agent for it.
I paid the agent when it was sold to Nandu.
That's what I'm saying. You
Sorry.
said you had to pay the agent who introduced you to the first guys.
Sorry. I paid the agent introduced who was in the deal with me, with Nandu.
No, no. Your evidence is in.
That's what I just said now. Sorry, that was a mistake then. It was a lapsus. Sorry.
No. You are speaking the truth the first time. Then you didn't realize what you were saying. Now it makes sense what you were saying is implicating you. Now you want to change it. Remember one thing. We have Nando's statement. We have interviewed now. And for all the things you were saying about agents, there was no agent between you and Nando.
Besides counsel, I cannot comment on a statement from Nandu whether it is correct or not.
There was no agent between you and Nando.
Yes.
That is a fact. Because we have interviewed Mr. Nando. Now I'm asking you, was there an agent between you and Mr. Nando?
Me and Nandu, there were even two agents.
Who were these agents?
I was introduced to him by, I told you, lawyer Sheikh Tamedu, and by one Mr. Abbas.
Lawyer Sheikh Tamedu is not an agent. He's a lawyer.
Oh, he's a lawyer, yeah.
Yes. To be feeling to evidence of fact possibility. We can give you guys time. You guys can sort it out. We can play it tomorrow if that is okay. Mr. ELHAJJ, are you ready to English language? Please follow. Can you read and write?
Yes,
After the introduction.
that was the initial contact.
When was this? Which year?
Council, honestly, I don't remember unless I go to the statement.
You can click.
It was some years back. The statement here.
No. Let's wait until tomorrow. We get the exact part and you can play. Now, the second agent.
Sorry?
The second agent.
Yes.
The name?
Abbas.
Abbas what?
Jabel.
Jabel. He introduced you to Nan.
He first introduced me to the Fuani family, the first group. Then he was with me when we were negotiating with Nani.
He was with you.
Yes.
Did he introduce Nando to you?
No.
Should I say that he did not introduce you to Nando? There was no agent between you and Nando.
I'm confirming that, but he was the one with me the whole time. We were a team with.
Let me ask you a question again.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's very simple and direct question. Did an agent introduce you to Nando?
No.
Good. Did an agent introduce you to the first guys?
Yes.
Did you pay that agent?
Yes.
Based on the introduction between you and the first guys?
Yes. And the finalization.
No. We have already settled that. We have already settled the issue between you and Nando. So there was no agent. You can't eat your cake and have it again. The first guys, when the agent introduced you to the first guys, how much were you supposed to pay the agent?
$750,000.
Dollars.
Yes, sir.
Why?
That's what we agreed.
Of what amount? How much were you supposed to sell it to the first guys?
I was not selling it to the first guy, as I told you.
But you're paying $750,000.
After I completed the deal with Nandi.
No, Mr. Sharma.
Yes.
Please do not confuse things.
I'm not confusing things.
You have already said that you don't have an agent between you and Nando. You've already said yes to that. Correct?
I said so, yes.
I'm trying to take it as simple as possible. But let me repeat again for the last time. Was there an agent between you and Nando who introduced you to Nando?
Mr. Sheriff Tambin.
The Sheriff Tambin is a lawyer and not an agent.
Fine. Sorry. He introduced me.
Yes. Is there any other agent who introduced you to Nando?
No.
Good. Now, who introduced you to the first guys?
This agent, Mr. Abbas.
What agreement did you have with the agent to pay him if the deal goes through with the first guys?
The agreement was to pay him 750,000.
If the deal goes through with the first guys?
Correct.
How many percent of what amount will that be?
There was no percentage agreed.
So why? What was the agreement based on? The $750,000 with the first guy.
Based on the volume of the project.
What was the volume of the project?
I don't know, $2-3 million project, warehouses, assembly plant.
If you do not know the volume of the project, how can you agree on a price?
I agreed with him, Mr. Counsel.
But how can you agree with him on a price if you don't know the volume of the project?
I can't reply. I just told you I agreed with him on an amount.
You agreed to pay $750,000 to an agent when you don't even know the price of the project.
The project, as I told you, the project was in the region of $2-3 million.
Where can we see that?
Nowhere.
Exactly. Exactly. Because it's false. Your testimony is false.
But it's not false.
But that's why you don't have any evidence.
It's not false at all. I took the oath. It's not false, Mr. Lead Counsel.
Mr. Chairman, we know that it is false. But again, we will allow you to go unless there are questions from the commissioners, but you'll come back tomorrow for us to play that. Tomorrow you'll come back in the morning unless there are questions for you.
It's not necessary, Mr. Counsel. You told me that, and I told you, I confirmed what you said. So I wanted to just come and give you the receipts, the funds I received from MK Stores, a reconciliation, what I have myself. And what, as I told you before also, and what I told the team next door was everything is in black and white.
You're not done yet.
Sorry?
You're not done yet.
No, okay.
Any questions for the witness? Chair? For Mr. Chairman.
For the time.
The Chairman, please provide your bank statement as well.
My bank statement?
Yes.
Which one?
How many bank accounts do you have?
I have with Access Bank and with Trust Bank.
Okay. You will need that from 2018, from 2019.
From 2019?
Yes, to 2023.
But that, I can't provide tomorrow, sir.
Okay.
I'll have to ask the bank for it.
No problem.
Can you please kindly repeat the dates?
From 2019 to 2023.
I have a question for Mr. Batchelly. Mr. Batchelly,
Yes.
please provide to the Commission a letter dated the 1st of May 2019 from Banjul City Council. This was the letter of allocation.
Okay. Letter of allocation for the consulting company.
Sorry?
Letter of allocation for the consulting company.
Letter of allocation Banjul City Council gave to C Consulting.
Okay.
Yes. It is dated the 1st of May 2019.
Okay.
Please endeavor to bring that letter. Yeah.
Mr. Batchelor, before Mr. Sherbel goes, you were to make an agreement as per the letter of the 30th of April 2019 addressed to the CEO, C Consulting,
Yes.
which states that we look forward to the preparation of the agreement
Okay.
on the 30th.
I wanted to elaborate a bit on that, but I didn't want to interrupt when Ma was talking. So I
Yes.
don't know if you could allow me.
Yes.
I tell you, what's the standard format? It's based on the standard format because normally what happens is that if the allocation of the plot on a lease base is approved by the council,
Yes.
immediately, like, I'll have to write to the party involved and then explain to them that council has agreed for the land allocation.
Yes.
Preparations normally means that we all the two parties, like both the council and the leasing,
Right.
The arrangement is all about each party going to our legal representatives,
Yes.
and then they prepare lease agreements. So that's what we mean by that.
Was that done?
Yes, that's the format for all the lease allocations.
So why was there no agreement between the Sharda and BC?
Yeah, because eventually then came this letter, this consulting letter.
That
Then came the letter from his company that we should instead redirect the leasing arrangement with investors.
the allocation for the portion of Tanbi wetland by the ministry, the Bubasanya wrote to you, right?
Yes.
And because you wrote to him requesting for a portion to be allocated to Sharda, correct?
No. Can I kindly have it? I'll explain to you.
Yes.
That was the allocation for the whole area on the
Right.
So it was not limited to
For
one.
the whole area.
It was allocation for the whole area.
By 19th of April 2016.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly so. That's what the letter implies.
Yes. So it is pursuant to this letter of the 19th of April 2016 that you got the allocation,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Signed by Buba San,
Yes.
correct?
The then director of soils and lands.
Lands. Okay. And this for the Tangi wetland. This is the one behind the National Assembly?
No, like I said, the whole area. For example, like if you're entering Banjul from the highway,
Yes.
you could see that we have Jao and
Does it cover Bond Road?
yeah, Bonwood.
Does it cover Bond Road?
Yes,
It covered Bond Road.
it covers one.
Okay, the sketch plan is attached.
Yes.
So look into it.
Okay.
So it is plus one to this that you gave to.
That started the leasing arrangements.
Do you have all the list of the people that have been allocated land there?
Yeah, tomorrow I'll bring all the 3/4 of them, but I was just looking for 2 or 3 more. So I want to bring all of them together, all the allocations that were made
Together.
all the leasing arrangements that were made
All right.
together.
Right. Mr. Sharma,
Yes, sir.
you can come back tomorrow morning
Okay.
with the necessary documents.
The repayments from Nanga,
Right.
but the bank statements asked me for time,
Yes.
apply to both banks to produce them.
Right.
So I don't know, I will push the bank as fast as I can. Okay,
No problem.
okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
I can leave.
Yes, sir. You have been discharged.
Thank you. Let me formally allow you to go, Mr. ELHAJJ. Thank you for coming. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you.
Yes. Council, are you done with Mr. Bachili?
The Fabian, the witness yesterday.
All right. So, Mr. Bachili, we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Or you can even wait. Maybe you will aid the commission in some of the questions we have for Fabian.
Okay.
Mr.
So,
Bachili,
sir,
it's very important here.
yes,
Thank you.
let him. Do you want him to go out or do you want him to still waiting?
With the permission of the chair, he can stay.
Okay. So please stay for a while.
Okay.
We have the next witness
All right.
for further clarification. Can you please call the witness?
Welcome back, no witness. May I kindly take your seat. The witness, for continuation of your testimony before this commission of the inquiry into local government councils and related matters, I want to remind you that you are still on the oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you, Madam Chair. Over to you.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Fabian.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Sanya.
Yes, ma'am.
You are welcome back.
Thank you, ma'am.
Council, you may proceed.
Thank you very much. Yes. Do you have the documents that you were asked to bring?
Yes, please.
Maybe please say.
My statement.
What is this?
The bank statement.
This your statement of account.
Yes, please.
And the relevance?
The relevant, the original documents. I went to the council yesterday to the office, but I learned that they are no more there. They are on temporal leaves. So the original documents that we assigned are with them and the retirements as well.
So the bank statement will contain the money that you have received.
Yes, from the project.
We apply to the statement of account of the witness Fabian in a grant into evidence as an exhibit.
Which are with banners. Which bank? Madam Inagrant Sanya,
Yes, ma'am.
this statement is, this account is maintained in which bank?
EcoBank.
EcoBank. The EcoBank statement maintained by the witness covering the period 1st of February 2022 to 31st of August 2023 is hereby admitted in evidence as exhibit, and it is marked as LVC/BCC/PID/012.
As commission places. Now, maybe you'll have to find time and highlight or get us through. Or can you do it now through all the payments you've received?
It's all captured there since February, I believe.
Okay. Will you be able to run us through the account as to all the payments?
Yes, I have. The bank statement is from page 1 to 44.
Right.
So the first payment that was done from the project as contracted was done 2nd March 2022.
March 2022.
Yes,
How much?
25,000.
That's your allowance.
Yes.
Okay.
So on monthly basis.
Okay.
Yes. So the second payment was done 30th of March 2025.
All right.
25,000, pardon.
Correct.
Yes.
And you have 6th March again.
6th May.
6th May, the same amount.
6th May, yes, same amount.
27th May, same amount.
Same amount, yeah. 13th July.
July,
Yes.
same amount. 2nd August,
2nd August.
we have
31st of August.
August 2022, same amount. September 26th.
26th September, yes.
Then you have $5,000 from obviously Ghana.
Yes.
What was that for?
Pre-finance.
Okay.
Pre-finance.
So this is what you do. For all these monies from aside from your allowance, you can just place title cover note explain each what it was for.
Yes. I even have an email corresponding my pre-financing
Okay.
that I sent to Jonas.
You have it here with you.
Yes, so I printed it here and it's here. I wrote an email to Jonas regarding the lack of nutritional support funds inquiry that was dated September 29th.
Okay.
May I read it, please?
No, we will attach that together with the cover note relation to the monies that are featured
Yeah.
in the statement of account.
Okay.
But again, back to the $100,000 that is exhibit 011 PIG that Fabian in a grant, your exhibit number 011.
Yes.
That state that you receive $100,000, which you clearly stated in this commission that the signature is false, correct?
Yes.
Do you still maintain that?
Yes, for the aloe vera purchasing of the aloe vera.
Yes.
Yes.
It says for the aloe vera, for medical materials for the aloe vera born wounds research activity. Do you maintain your position that you did not receive this amount?
I want to see clearance, see clarification for an oversight, which I can read regarding this payment of 100,000.
Okay.
So I have it here. I can tender another copy to the lady here. So I wrote in my initial statement that I received a check payment of $100,000 for the procurement of medical items for the aloe vera bone wounds research activity of the health component. The issue of a voucher that specifically mentioned $100,000 for the purchase of aloe vera only was not received by me. Let me clarify that I submitted a progress report in the form of a memo, and the memo provided important progress report updates. The memo dated 22nd March 2022, which was written by me to the project coordinator, project manager, and CEO, was to submit a progress report on the health components of bond research and alcohol production. In the report, I underscore that a list of required materials for the bond research was submitted in August 2021, but there were procurement delays. On 10th March 2022, the project office handed over to me 3 checks amounting to $233,550. The first check of $123,000 was for Caraba Pharmacy for the procurement of pharmaceutical items. The second check of $10,550 was for Ecomet Medical Store. And the third check of $100,000 was under my name for the purchase of items which could not be bought from the stores at once, which include patients' daily nutritional support, daily supervision, and pre-finance costs that I have spent. So let me therefore emphasize, in view of the above, that I never received a check of $100,000 for the purchase of aloe vera.
Okay. Let me help you again, Mrs. Fabian Inagra. If you want to tender a document, just say you have a document that you want to be admitted.
Yes, I have a document regarding the memo, the progress report that I have.
Now I'm just trying to tell you how it works, so that when we see the document and we apply for it to be tendered, if it is admitted, then you can seek permission to read it.
Oh.
If it is granted, then you can read it.
All right, sorry about that.
All right. Now, Chairperson, we applied to tender a document from the witness with the heading seeking clarification for an oversight. But you need to sign this.
Yes, because I wrote this just not to forget. I wrote it down.
Yes,
we'll explain here.
Have it.
Yes, thank you.
Admitted. Yes. You know that the CEO is present.
All right.
Mr. Bachelor.
Can I have my name?
I'm not sure about what's happening.
A document presented by the witness titled Seeking Clarification for an Oversight and is signed by the said witness, Fabian Inagrand Sanyan. The said document is submitted in evidence as an exhibit and it is marked as LBC/BCC/PID/013.
As the commission pleases. Now, Ms. Grant,
Sanyan, please.
I'll come back to her classes. Come again?
You said Mrs. Sanyan.
Sanyan, yes, of course. I will come back to the $100,000, but then the Caraba Pharmaceuticals. Again, Did you negotiate with Calabar Pharmaceuticals, or is it the procurement officer who negotiated?
I did not negotiate with Calabar Pharmacy.
Who did the negotiation?
I mentioned that it was Keta who did all the procurement.
Keta.
Yes.
All right. Now, Mr. Bachir, we have a voucher here. You are the CEO. You approve this payment? Correct? Yes, I will. But you were the CEO at the time.
Yes.
You were in charge of authorizing payment.
Yes.
Correct? In 2022, you guys had already removed Mr. Kamal? March 2022. Correct? And so who was there? Mama Cham. Okay. And so you and Mama Cham will be signing the vouchers and the authorizing payment. Correct?
Yes.
You need to increase your voice. Now I will give you this voucher, voucher number 831. Mrs. Fabian in a grand sign was shown this voucher, said that she did not receive this money, said that even the signature is not her signature. I will show you the voucher. You'll go through the voucher. It's already in evidence. Is exhibit 011, PIG exhibit 011. So do you recognize that voucher?
I let us may I ask, is this the very signature sheets you're saying that is not
Yes, yes.
sometimes see my signature here and that of the
We have Mama Cham's signature.
yeah for I mean for the approval.
Yes.
Because for the approval it says CEO BCC, but I've not seen a signature here.
Yes. But I see Mama Cham's signature.
Yes.
We don't see your signature there.
Prepared by Mohammed Cham.
Yes.
Okay. But then here authorized by project coordinator, the signature is blank.
Right.
Approved by CEO to is blank.
Right. What is your point?
No, I'm just making an observation.
Yeah, I know. It's for you to help us.
Then perhaps we anyway, I don't think I have to tell you what to do.
Zabachili, you can always say what you want to say.
Okay, what I was suggesting, this council, we call Mohammed Cham to come on board and also help us further
Of course.
to know how this all transpires.
Of course. But you can also take it up with him as well. Mr. Bachili, but there's an email in that voucher from Jonas.
The first one.
Yes, an email stating or suggesting that the prices supposedly forwarded by the witness Fabian is on the high side. Do you see that email?
Okay,
Can you read it, please?
it says from Jonas to Ghana.
Right.
Subject request for payment.
Correct.
I just looked at Fabian's original budget, and the costs for the materials are much more higher than what was budgeted for.
Right.
It's approved, but I hope it's clear to everybody.
What does that mean?
Like the original budget that was submitted by herself, and the cost for the materials are much higher than what was budgeted for.
Okay. Did she submit any budget?
I think if I'm not mistaken,
The answer is no. You know who submitted, who has a budget? The project.
the project, yes.
Exactly. She had no budget. But then the information was given to Jonas by, I believe, Ghana. Turn to the other page. You will see the emails from, I believe, it's Ghana. Trying to communicate what the witness is claiming. You have seen it?
Yeah, that's request for the procurement of medical material.
Please read it.
Okay. I like to request
From and to.
okay, to project coordinator, attention finance manager,
From.
project manager.
Okay. Please read.
And then subject request for the procurement of medical materials. I like to request for the approval for the procurement of medical materials for the aloe vera bone wounds research activity of the health component from Carabao Pharmaceuticals Limited and EcoMed as per the invoice attached. Number one, company Carabao Pharmaceuticals Limited, 123,000. Number two, EcoMed, 10,550. And then Fabian Grant, 100,000. All the medical materials cannot be secured from one company. This is because of the complexity of medical materials. Other materials needed are flower paste, big wooden tables, baby scale. I don't know if I could pronounce this very well.
Don't worry about the pronunciation.
Okay.
So, where does that come from? The information about those monies for the materials to be bought, where does it come from?
It came from the project manager.
Who is suggesting that it came from the witness Fabian? Who is suggesting that it came from the witness? Part of it also came from the witness, correct?
Yes.
Did you see anything from the witness of that sort?
Well, the only thing I'm seeing here is this this amount of 100,000
to go to the witness.
to go.
The witness is a consultant.
Yes.
Is that evidence of her requesting $100,000 for aloe vera?
Based on what I've just read, no, because it's not coming from her.
Exactly.
It's
So why is it approved?
It's coming from the project manager.
Why will it be approved?
Yeah, but if it comes from the project manager with the assumption that he's done the needful, there is nothing else we could do.
There is no assumption of doing any needful.
Yeah.
What exists in this management standard professional protocols is to see proof, request put up, and if it's in line with the budget and in line with what is agreed, then you act on it. The project manager cannot just write and say, well, we need $200,000 for the consultant, and if the consultant never requested for it, you needed to see a request from the consultant attached to the letter from the manager, so that you will be better informed to either grant or refuse based on your own experience and information. Is that not the case?
Yeah, it should be.
So why was it paid? Is that the reason why you guys removed Mr. Kamara?
Look, that's
It looks like it, Mr. Batchily. So, Mr. Batchily, you will have time to go through that. We'll call you, Mr. Cham.
Mr. Chairman.
But you have time to go through that and then confirm for us.
Can I have this copy with me?
You can have a copy.
Okay, thanks.
But Mr. Fabian,
Yes, sir.
The $100 that you have mentioned in your statement, did you retire this amount?
I retired the nutritional support, because according to the ethical proposal that we wrote, there is a consent that is there.
There is a
Consent
consent.
and also an agreement at the global budget that patients should be given nutritional support on daily basis.
Right.
So that nutritional support, when the patient agrees to be part of the project, to be part of we have the control and also non-control.
Right.
So the patients who are there, who have been born, daily basis, we give them $200. And because it is mentioned that they have to be eating something that is proteinous and also at least nutritional to be part of it. So once given, they sign, you understand, the voucher. So I asked the project manager to prepare a voucher. But he said, no, just pay like that. I said, no, I can't pay like that because I need an evidence, because I have to retire what I request. So then from there, because once the patient signed that he or she will be part of it, it will be mentioned that they'll be given an amount of $200 every day. So since then, I have been requesting for that, and they have not been giving me. So I have to pre-finance and give to them, because according to ethics, whatever you inform the patient, you have to do it because the patient already signed.
According to what?
The ethical consent that is given. Because before the patient starts, we will communicate with the patient, inform the patient that we are doing this procedure. This is what it entails. Will you like to participate? We explain the aloe vera and the SSD. So if they participate, we tell them that, okay, there is an amount that will be given for nutritional support for the child, because we are dealing with the kids. So they will buy there what they need, like water, egg, or other things that the child will need. So that amount is paid, they give them that. So all those things we are then compiled. Remember, I was pre-financing because I cannot inform the patient and the patient give a consent and inform the patient that I will give you 200 every day. And the patient now being part of it, and we're not giving them, is something that will raise an eyebrow. So since I mentioned it to the patient and the patient signs, I have to give them money. So I pre-finance. So those pre-financing, all the payment vouchers, I make sure that they write their names, the date that was given, and either signature or thumbprint. I give it to them. I give to the clinical staffs that anybody who is being paid, please write their names. So all those things are accumulated. They printed it from the project office. I mentioned that let them put at least a letterhead and give it to the hospital at the bonds department. So those ones, anytime given to me, I leave it at the clinical sites, the bond center. Once it is complete, then they will send it to the project office and retire it, plus my retirement. Nutritional support, retirement, attached vouchers.
Do you have your retirement?
It's at the office. Yesterday, I went to the office yesterday, I met it locked. Nobody is there. But all my nutritional supports, retirements, all my retirements, I always give it to the office.
We will need the retirement.
Okay, I'll go back to the office and stay.
Mr. Bachelor, is that true?
I have trusted what she says.
You have?
Trust in what she says.
No, Mr. Bachelor. You were the CEO. You were at the helm of affairs, correct? Was it true that every patient should be given $200?
I
We didn't say I have no trust in what she is saying, but you were here.
That's the reason why I'm saying I go by that, because really I cannot remember.
Mr. Bachelor, you don't know.
I just don't know.
You don't know whether $200 was to be given to each patient.
I say I don't remember it.
If you're given time, you'll be able to recall.
Because the thing is, the reason why I said I believe her is because
This would have been discussed in meetings, right? Your engagement with the consultant, you would have had all this information. Have been discussed in meetings. You would have had minutes of meetings of this discussions. Before you agree with the consultant, you would have had an agreement among your.
we had several meetings with her over.
Was this agreed, or do you need time to confirm?
I'll need time to confirm. Still it can.
Ms. Fabian,
Sir?
on ethical grounds, whatever you tell the patient is what you do.
Yes.
If the agreement was to give every patient $10,000 and it's beyond your reach,
It's because I worked based on the budget. It's mentioned there.
agreement with the patient is such that you cannot pre-finance it. What do?
I allow them, since they are at the hospital for a number of days, I just wait. But I cannot see a patient after being informed that they'll be given. I
No,
looked at them
I've
like,
already heard you. Now
Yeah.
answer the question. If your agreement is with the patient is such that you yourself, you cannot honor it because the people that are supposed to honor it failed, what are you to do?
I'll explain to the patient what transpired.
Why did you not do that? Because you are not supposed to be in a position to pull out your money and pay.
Because I believe that they were vulnerable and I needed to support them.
So it will not be ethical to do that. Again,
Okay.
no, you don't have to agree. You know your profession more than I do, but I don't think it is ethical as well to be pulling out your own money and paying the patients. It's not personal. When you treat patients, it's not personal. Remember, it's not personal. Is that not the case?
That's right.
So you are as a consultant, and you rightly conveyed a message to your patients because you were informed by the people that hired you or the people you work with. You didn't misrepresent to the patient. You didn't lie to the patients. You told them exactly what you agreed with BCC and the steering committee. If that cannot be fulfilled, that you cannot be held to be unethical. Standard. Because you did not misrepresent. So why would you continue to pay? It's a question. What I see, what appears to be very apparent, is that you knew again there was a funny shit in business with BCC. You condoned it, even with procurement. You were either part of it or you condoned it. That was why in your statement, when the chairperson raised the issue of you accepting receiving $100,000, and your oral statement says otherwise, it's very clear. So, my friend, it's either you knew what they were saying, they were doing, and it was wrong, but then you wouldn't want to say that they are wrong openly until you were caught, or you participated in it. The choice is yours. I said to you this the last time. Well, if money is withdrawn and cannot be accounted for, someone somewhere has to be responsible. Mr. Bachelor and team, you have to tell the commission where the money has gone. If you know something about it, you have to say it. And that's how it works. Do you know how it works, Mrs. Simon? This is how it works. Any questions for these witnesses?
Question.
I believe that's all for Mrs. Jata. She has asked that she wants to go back and get the retirement because we still, Chairperson, we still need the retirement for the monies that she received and for her to give information about those retirements.
Mrs. Sanya, we implore you that you endeavor to provide us with the retirement as evidence of expenditure of the monies that was given to you. And Council, are you calling Mr. Cham tomorrow to clear this voucher, which Mrs. Sanyan has said the signature on the voucher is not her signature?
Yes.
And what I want to clarify from Mr. Batchelor is that you were the one that co-signed the check
Yes,
that
ma'am.
granted the money to Mrs. Sanya.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you signed the check, did you go through this voucher to authenticate, to confirm whether the signature was hers? Or it was just given to you by the manager and you just signed without looking at the accompanying documents and the issues that were raised by Jonas in his email attached to this voucher? Would that not have reason would not have raised a red flag for you?
Yes, but really, I did not want to believe that this signature was fraudulent.
Pardon? Can you state that again?
Let's put it like this. I cannot ascertain this signature was fraudulent.
You cannot ascertain.
Yeah, that this signature was fraudulent.
Why?
Well, that was the belief I had.
Sorry.
That was the belief I had.
Now, the email that is attached to that voucher,
Yes.
ordinarily, should it have made you ask questions?
Yeah, because if I go by what the email is saying here, it's
Yes.
talking about the budget by her is seemingly higher than what was originally budgeted for.
Yes.
That's the understanding.
My concern is that project official had raised the issue,
Yeah.
which seems to be inconsistent with what was actually budgeted for.
Yes.
Would this email not have triggered for you to look at this voucher a second time and ask questions? As the person signing the final check to disburse 100,000. Sorry?
Agree to what you're saying. It should have been done.
So is it a mistake on your side, or is it an error, or is it an oversight? Or is it that you knew and you just decided to close your eyes because you have some beneficial interest from this transaction?
No. Certainly, I did not know about it.
So what is the case?
I would say I will not call it an oversight.
Sorry?
I would not call it an oversight too. But maybe it was like I did not read everything before I signed.
You did not read everything before.
Yes.
So where we do not have evidence of retirement of this, you agree to take responsibility.
Well, yes, since I was the head.
So?
Since I was the head,
Yes.
perhaps I would have no choice than to accept it.
Cancel. Thank you. Yes.
But
So he wants a copy of that. In the meantime, can Mr. Gay copy this so that he can do whatever he needs to do with the document before we close? The voucher. You requested for a copy, right?
Yeah, ma.
Yes.
Can I make a suggestion too?
Yes.
If we were to invite Mohammed Cham, I think I'm suggesting that we also invite the project manager to come and shed more light on this, if it's possible.
We have invited everyone, Mr. Bachelor.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So actually, this is the problem. When you do not do things right, you remove Mr. Kamara. When you never had no power, you and the mayor to remove Mr. Kamara. You see?
No, I did cancel. I think I'll touch on that too much. I'll leave it like that. Because Mr. Anyway. So Mr. Kamara.
That's honorable chairperson. They will be coming back tomorrow.
Ask Madam Sanyang one question. For the 17 staff, in one of the exhibits that we admitted, it indicated 14 staff. Can you explain the differences? What you have in your statement is that you recruited 17 staff, but the documentary evidence we have, it says 14 staff. So which one is correct?
The one that you have, the PI, the principal investigator, and the co-principal investigator is not included.
Which one?
The one that you have, that is 14th,
Yeah.
including the clinical investigator, the principal investigator.
No, I'm asking you now, for these two documents that we have, which one is correct?
It's 17.
The 17 is correct?
Yeah, the 17 is correct. I have it here.
The 17 is the one that is correct. So the one that we have as an exhibit is not correct.
Can I see the one you have, please?
Sorry?
Can I see the one you have, please?
The one I'm referring to is what you have
Submitted
put in
yesterday.
your statement of the 29th of August,
Yes. So
2023.
yes, that one is just for the clinical staffs at the bond center. For the PI, the co-PI, I mentioned the PI, the principal investigator, the co-principal investigator, and the clinical investigator.
I am asking you to go into details of the identity and the titles and heads of the titles of the people that you. What I'm asking about is that you have said you recruited 17 staff.
Yes.
So that is what I want to confirm. Is it 17 staff you recruited or it is 14 staff you recruited? That's the only confirmation I need.
Yeah, that's why I said I wanted to see the one that you have so that I can confirm it.
It's a document that emanated from you.
Yes. So I mentioned that the investigators are not incorporated in that document. It's the clinical staffs.
Okay.
Yes.
So is it a mistake from your statement, or what are you saying?
No, it's the clinical support staff that are there, but the investigators are not there.
So, but the investigators are also part
of the 17, yes.
So, Mr. Batchily,
Yes.
these staffs that were employed on this project, we can glean from the documents that they were handpicked by Mrs. Sanya, and this was evidence in her statement when she said she had a Zoom meeting and she identified her own staff. So my question is, your office did not participate in the hiring of the staff of the project. Is that correct?
Relating to
the health component
yes.
of the project.
Yeah, you are correct. You are correct.
I am correct.
Yes.
All right. So, Madam Sanyan,
Ma'am,
the appointment of the staffs did not pass through any committee for selection as provided for by the manuals. Were they handpicked or were they selected or was there any proper process that was followed in the hiring of the staff?
Yes, they were selected by the nurses were selected by the chief metro.
They were selected.
They were selected, the nurses,
Yes.
and the doctors. They were selected by also the deputy CMD.
So can we infer that the selection of these staffs that were working in this project was subjectively done?
Yeah. Based on where they work.
Was it subjectively done or was it objectively done? Because you have already answered a preceding question, which resumes something. So now I'm asking, was it subjective or was it objective?
I can't answer that.
Was it subjective?
I don't know.
Huh?
Can answer that.
You said?
So I can't answer that.
You can't answer that?
Yeah, because I make sure that yes, yes.
That they were selected. So if they were selected, it's subjective. Is that not correct?
Yes, it's correct.
Thank you. Council, is that all? Till tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes. It's a convenient point to stop. Is Madam Sanyan coming just for submission or for further verification? Council?
Yes.
You,
We're done.
you are done with her?
Today. Yes.
Yes. So she's supposed to bring in the documents by tomorrow, right?
Yes. Can you produce documents by tomorrow?
Because they mentioned that that office is temporarily locked, and I can't get access to any documents because they are on temporary leave.
Sanyan, do you know it's your responsibility to provide us with evidence?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am. So I will go back tomorrow.
We will allow you up to Monday to come and submit
Okay.
documents.
Yes, because today because to bring it tomorrow it's already 4, nobody will be there.
All right,
tomorrow.
we'll give you up to Monday to submit the document.
Okay, ma. Thank you.
Thank you. So, is Mr. Batchelly coming back tomorrow, Council? So, Mr. Batchelly, see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. We may rise.